n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị. Na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma. Wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị. N'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezi oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha. Ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe ikwuru anyị nkwa. Na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro. Ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna. Ihere bụ nke niile etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị. Wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise, ise, ise.
Ise, ise, ise. Hello, thank you for joining us this morning. Good afternoon, good morning, and good night to you, depending on where you are joining us from. Welcome to Sunrise on Radio Biafra 102.1 FM. My name is Sochima Mbanali, and it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here every morning on Radio Biafra. Here we seek to conscientize, here we seek to motivate, here we seek to entertain you. This is Sunrise, and we are streaming live on Facebook and various apps such as Radio Biafra and IPOB Community Radio. You can also join us by visiting our website on ipob.org and radiobiafra.co. And if you are anywhere in Biafra land and in some other parts of the zoo, you can tune in by going to 102.1 FM on your transistor radio. I encourage you to join us in our march to mental emancipation by sharing this information with your family, with your friends, even your enemies. Do not forget to like and follow us on our various platforms. Do not forget to like and follow us on our various platforms. I say thank you very much, every one of you who has awoken at this time and who is part of this process this morning. I say good morning to all of you. It is a very interesting time, isn't it? It is a very interesting time. Sometimes it seems like it is taking too long, but it is the process. It is the process. We must trust the process. We must come to a point where we trust the process. You know, nothing just happens. Something must be built on another thing. It is layer by layer, brick by brick, slow by slow, process by process, one step at a time. One step at a time. There is a place where Onyendu said that the problem with black people is that we are always in a hurry. We are always in a hurry, and as a result, we do not factor all the variables. And as a result of that, we do not put things properly in their places, because we are always in a hurry. And because of that, we want quick fix. We want quick solutions. We want magic, American wonder, quick solution. Life, there is nothing like quick solution. Everything takes its process. And as soon as we embrace that, as soon as we accept that aspect of life, that concept of life, then we will not have problems. Most of the problems that we have is as a result of our lack of acceptance of the process of things, how things are supposed to go, the step by step of everything. And that one thing that is significant to this acceptance is understanding time, understanding the effect of time, understanding the place of time. Time is very important, not just as the symbol of waking us up, in the morning. Not only that, time is very important, not only as a symbol of putting an agreement together, so that people can meet at a particular place and not miss each other. Time is not only for that purpose. Time goes far and wide. It goes beyond that. It goes to, what's the right way to put it? Time is not just about putting up our calendars, our diaries, and waking up in the morning, going to bed at night, going to work in the morning, and all of that. It is true that time makes things happen. That is for sure. It is time that allows things to happen. But importantly, we make things happen. We make things happen. And if we do not accept and understand timing, we will be forcing something that is supposed to happen perhaps in a week time. We'll be forcing it to happen today. For instance, look at what is it called? Mango, for instance. When mango starts the first process, you see it's called pollination, right? Where it starts, that's what is it, that process where the fruit making is coming. You can see it coming. And then it goes from there. Slowly, 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 it grows into this little orange, this little mango fruit. Until you see the growth, it becomes very big. Until a point where it becomes, you know that this one is now a full-grown mango fruit. But what do you do when it starts? You don't just say, I want this just overnight now. No, you allow the process. You allow it to go through that process. That's what you do. Even when it gets to that point where you say, oh, this is big enough now, you still do not pluck it. You allow it to be fully developed. Fully developed. And even though it is fully developed and it hasn't become ripe yet, what do? You allow it to ripe. You allow it to be ripe. When you pluck it, some people, pluck it at that point where they say, this is fully developed. We cannot wait for it to be ripe on the tree. Let us cut it down on our own. Let us have a way to sort it out, maybe use some things and force it to change color. And so many people get sick from that because they have refused to understand the place of time. So many people get sick, really sick from that, because they forced things. They did not allow nature to take its course. Now, there is also something about nature. Nature, you are part of nature. Yeah, you are part of nature. So you can also make a difference in nature, You can make a difference in nature. You can affect nature. You are part of nature. You must understand, we must understand our responsibility or our place in nature. Our place in nature. And our place in nature determines, it shows us our responsibility. It goes to show us our responsibility, our task. For instance, your place in nature isn't the one that is supposed to force a mango seed in order for it to ripe very, very fast. No. That is not your place in nature. You do that, it becomes an anomaly. It becomes something that a deviation from nature, a deviation from normal. You make things happen through your own actions as well. But we must find our place in nature and understand the things that we are supposed to make happen. For instance, when Biafra comes, we can begin to effect certain laws that will change not only the behavior of the people in that location, that geographical location, but will also affect the environment. By so doing, we have affected nature. For instance, today we have deforestation, where people are cutting down the trees, cutting down trees and just doing whatever they want with them. And these are effects, the effects you can see that people are having on nature. Cutting down of trees. People are having direct effect on nature, on how things go. So it can go either way, whether it is negative or positive. It can go either way, negatively or positively. Your effect on nature can go either negatively or positively. For instance, cutting down of trees, deforestation, creates erosion. It causes erosion, you know. Erosion, that means when rain falls, the soil gets wiped out. It gets cleared, gets cleaned. The top layer of the soil. It causes erosion. It has a huge impact in the society. The temperature level, because remember that trees are very important in contributing to the temperature of a given area. So it can be either positive or negative, and the reason why I want to introduce with this is because I believe it is our time right now. I believe it is our time for our freedom. I believe it is our time to experience a good life. It is our time. But it is not going to just come, because nothing comes cheap. Anything that comes cheap, you must be careful. You must be careful. So this is our time, but it needs us to understand that we also have a contribution. We have something to do. And hence I said, whatever actions we take affects us either negatively or positively. Today you see people who are working and their actions are affecting us negatively. When Mazi Chinasa was here, he spoke a lot about the actions of our people that are affecting our lives negatively. He spoke a lot about them. At a point, he even had to say, yes, he does speak about American women, especially from the negative direction that some of them are coming. But that doesn't also take away that there are positive people that have been able to come out from America. It is because we understand, there is this expectation that every Biafran must be pulling positively. There is this expectation that every one of us should be pulling positively. So we concentrate on calling out what is not good amongst us. We concentrate on that. And sometimes people think, oh, it means what I am doing, I am not being seen. No. There's something that one of our media warriors said. He said, I was watching his program, he said, it is not time for accolades yet. Then I asked myself, if it is not time for accolades, what is it time for? It is time to separate the wheat, the chaff from the wheat. Time to separate the chaff from the wheat. And recall that when you are separating the chaff from the wheat, what do? You don't really take out the wheat in order to separate them. No, you take out the chaff. You take out the chaff and then watch the wheat now become even more progressive. Watch out the wheat become even better. You watch it grow, watch it, you see that the wheat becomes even excited about life, excited about the project that it is carrying on, excited about the walk to the restoration. So there is this thing that has been happening since I started on this radio, and I'm going to say it. This is a personal experience, right? Every single time that I am off air, I start questioning myself. Every single time. There is never a day that I do not question myself. Especially when I leave air. That is when I start questioning myself. I ask myself a lot of questions. I ask myself a lot of questions because we are thrown into a deep end. Yes. When I started, that was the time that a lot of people were talking about COVID-19, people who joined during COVID-19. And do you know that I am one of those people who joined during COVID-19? I am one of those. And when it was being said, for me, it was something to say, why are you even trying? Why do you even try? Why should you even try to offer something? When others are running away, you are coming in. Are you not crazy? So you see that questioning. I started questioning myself. Started asking myself, are you sure? When others are leaving, you are coming in. And then it was being hammered COVID-19. But a lot of people who I've seen who have deviated, actually old people, people who've been in this for a long time. Actually, anybody who is new, I commend that person, because when things are tough and you find somebody coming in and trying to do some work, that most times those people are really usually people who commit. Hence I say sometimes my program might not be for you. It might be for that new person. It might be for that person who just today realized that, you know what, my non-action has been a negative. It has been an action to the negative. Now it is a time for the action to the positive. What can I do? It might be that person who in this moment that there is a lot of opportunities for me to contribute my own quota towards this restoration project. It might be that person who is saying, you know, this too much taxation that we are getting in this market, you know, I can actually do something. It might be that's fresher. That's in the universities we call freshers night. Freshers night. It's for that fresher. That's youngin, that person who is not in a position where he feels or she feels like we've had it all. That's probably the person who I'm here for. But at the same time, it is good that we pick out one thing from every information. So that did not stop. I got to the point where I still get off air and I question myself and I ask myself, how else can you do it better? How can you do it better? Every single time. Every single time. And it is natural to have questions, especially concerning yourself, when you feel like, I can actually do things better. Questions come out of a place of the need to improve. When you find you asking yourself questions, it means you are in a place where you want to improve. You are in a spot where you think you can actually do better. And guess what? You can do better. This morning I want you to know that you can do better. Why would you ask yourself questions? Why would you question yourself if you already think that you are doing the most? Then why is there a need for a question? Sometimes people say question is it means you are not confident enough. That is a way to look at it. Question can also be that you are so confident that you are asking yourself, is this all that I can offer? Is this all that there is? For instance, you have Nigeria soccer players today who are today somewhere playing soccer, somewhere competing. They might wake up to the realization that this is actually an international opportunity. You are playing soccer because you want to get your life better, and people are supporting you because they are enjoying your sport. You are playing soccer in representation of your country. Then you have been given a large opportunity to represent your country. Then why don't you use it and represent your country fully by addressing the challenges of your people, rather than to be a negative? Rather than to be a negative because you are doing nothing. You are just that man on top doing nothing. You are just that man on top doing nothing. Just there. Just like that. There. Nothing. No action. And it is negative. It is a negative direction. You can realize this morning that, hey, I've been given an opportunity. I've been given a platform. Why don't I really represent Nigeria? You are there to represent Nigeria, aren't you? So why are you not really representing Nigeria? Why are you not telling the Nigerian people's story? Why are you there telling the story of, hey, we are this, we are that, we are that? Things that you know you are not. You are there saying nothing mega, whereas your land is being overrun and you have such a platform to tell that story. Yet you are, I was listening to, what is his name? Olisa Metu. No, not Olisa Metu, sorry. Olise, the soccer player Olise. Yeah, I was listening to him, where he was trying to be Nigerian because he was given a platform to be Nigerian. Oh, I don't see ethnicity. Who are you trying to please? Who are you trying to please? The Delta Igbo. Now you are coming to be Igbo, to recognize there is an Igbo-ness in you. Who are you trying to please? Nobody cares. No, I believe you me, nobody cares. Nobody, see, nobody cares. Nobody. You see, we have this way of misunderstanding things. For instance, Christmas, you wear your Christmas shoes, you wear your clothes, you then get the pose, you are walking, the life. The life. You think everybody, you are the game. Everybody is looking, hey, my boy. Nobody cares. Everybody is seeing you as a distraction from their problem. That is what it is. You are simply a distraction from their own reality. We all have our own issues. Nobody cares about yours. Nobody cares about yours. That's your Christmas clothes. The thing, it will just distract them temporarily for few minutes at the most. At the most, few minutes. And they go back to their reality. They go back to whatever was exciting them, whatever was making them angry, whatever their situation was, they go back to it. So nobody cares. Why don't you use those few minutes, those few seconds to make a change to your own life rather than trying to prove, because you've been given a platform, you are talking about ethnicity. I believe in Nigeria. Whereas people who created Nigeria told you that you are not in the program of Nigeria. That Nigeria is just that land, the geographical location. That you are not in their plans. And today you see it happening right before your eyes. You see it happening right before your eyes. You are not in their plans. They don't care about you. That's for a fact. They do not care about you. They have no care about you. They are not hiding it. They're not hiding it. And you have a platform that you have taken people away from their own reality for few minutes. You have taken people away from their reality for 90 minutes. 90 minutes. And you are unable to tell the world that, listen, this is the mess we are in. Rather, you find, I still remember the photo of one of those players who went in there with a t-shirt that says, he said, whatever cares for senator or cares for president. Or you see the kind of individualistic mindset. You want to be senator so that you go there and also eat money. The one you are getting paid there is not enough for you. You don't see the mess that Nigerians are in, so that your house will be the biggest in the whole state. That is all. And then you have to use 200, 500, the army, the police, the navy, the air force, the civil defense, every kind of security institution. You use them to every kind of security infrastructure. You use them to defend yourself and then let the other people die. You then wonder why Nigeria is a zoo. Because we are aligning towards the negative. Every single time we align towards the negative. We keep aligning towards the negative. You have an opportunity to present your problem to the world, so that that little distraction that the world is giving, taking away their problems, their own issues from them. That little few minutes that they have given to you, so that you can actually make them happy. You don't want to also tell them, listen, I am here, yes, to make you happy, to distract you. Those who have problems, at least now you can watch soccer. I saw this other video of a man who was taking the the TV remote from the wife. The wife knelt down and handed over the TV remote because it is time to watch soccer. So you are not there saying, okay, listen, in as much as I am here to entertain you, take away, solve your problems for this how many days, this how many months or weeks, this 90 minutes. I also have my issues that I really need a solution to. Can you help me do something about it? No. Rather go there and start claiming what you are not. And how do you think how do you think your country will be better when people like you who are given the opportunity to bring change do not? How? That is why I don't pay attention to these guys, because what am I benefiting? What is it that I am benefiting? What benefit is the World Cup to me? You have people who I'd rather watch people the European League, because these are at least I'm talking about those ones that doesn't. Even the European League, they when they talk about, black people talk about how they are being treated in Europe. I'm like, what do you expect? These people fight for their problems, fight to solve their problems. You don't. What do you expect? What do you expect? There are two ways. There are two sides to everything. There are two levels of impact. You either impact positively or negatively. You either go the right direction or you go the left direction. You either go up or you go down. So what direction are you really heading towards? What direction is that? What direction are you heading towards? Look, we all know the direction that Nigeria is headed towards. We all know it is the direction of destruction. Now, the question is, where are you going to get off? Is it not time for you to get off? Is it not time for you to get off? The caller yesterday was speaking about how a lot of people are surrounded in Enugu State by Fulanis, by people who they have brought in from the north. Children especially. You wonder, you ask yourself questions. Why are they not taking care of their children? Why are they allowing these kids on the street? Why are they allowing these kids all over while their fellow children in Biafra land are going to school, are getting education? They are there only waiting at their gates to sell whatever it is to them. To sell whatever it is to them. And I must say that we are putting the lives of our children in danger. Not just these children who go out there to sell these things, but also the children who are eating, who are buying from these kids. We are putting their lives in danger. We are doing nothing. We are just like the man on top, doing nothing. Just there, lying on top, doing nothing. We are doing nothing. Our children are just buying from anybody they see. They just buy. Because they are kids. They are supposed to trust. They are supposed to do that. And because we are doing nothing, we haven't said to them no. Our principals, the owners of these schools, they haven't seen these things as problems. This is a problem, a big problem. The caller was also talking about where when they created a mess in that place, in that area. In some area he spoke about. What are we doing? Is it when we drive past we say, these people, the kind of crime that is happening here, leave them. What are we doing? Even those who are not awake, what are we doing to wake them up? What are we doing? There are two things you can do, either good or bad. Sometimes we think when we do not take action, then it is good. No. When you do not take action, what you're saying is, whatever that is going on now, I support it. And if it is negative direction that is going, you're saying, I support. I am giving my consent. Because no action is action also. Because already you have given a consent. We know the direction that Nigeria is headed towards. Nigeria is headed towards the direction of destruction, and because of that, I am calling for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not break any law. Locally, internationally, he did not break any law. Nigeria government must obey their court ruling. Different courts, they ruled and declared the abduction and continued incarceration of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as illegal and a crime against humanity. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must be released. He did not commit any crime. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime known to law. What is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's request? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's request is self-determination through a United Nations supervised referendum. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the mouthpiece of the Biafran people. This is exactly what Biafrans want. But rather than to find a solution to this mess that Nigeria is in, Nigeria is busy making it worse. Nigeria is busy making it worse. They went to Kenya and abducted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu on the 19th of June 2021. They tortured him in Kenya for 8 days. After that, they brought him into Nigeria. And since then, he has been unlawfully held in the dungeon of the DSS in Abuja. This was even after they tried to assassinate him in 2017. 14 September 2017. They went to his house. They slaughtered everything that moved. They slaughtered. They slaughtered at least 28 people. At least 28 people. They even killed to the point that even the family dog wasn't spared. This is the Nigerian security. This is how Nigeria functions. And you ask us why we hate Nigeria. You ask us why we do not want to associate with Nigeria. This is why. This is why. You ask us why we people say, oh, I do not associate as a tribe and whatnot in Nigeria. If you do not associate as a tribe, what do you associate? You associate as a land. You associate as a land created by some foreigners. You associate as a Nigeria. Nigeria is not about you. Nigeria doesn't concern you. Nigeria is a land. That is why there is lawlessness in the zoo. And it is government sponsored. That is why the government can go to the house of somebody who is calling for the betterment of Nigerians to kill him. To kill him. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must be released. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime known to law. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must be released. He did not commit any crime known to law. As a matter of fact, Nigeria government is the criminal here. It is Nigeria government that tried to assassinate him. It is Nigeria government that killed at least 28 people on his house that day. It is Nigeria government that has so thousands and thousands of Biafrans in different dungeons, in different prisons in Nigeria. It is Nigeria government that abducted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. It is Nigeria government that has been torturing him. The Nigeria government is on trial. And it is time to bring the zoo to an end. Because if we do not, then the zoo will bring the lives of every one of us to an end. Everyone, including those who think that they are the real Nigerians. It will bring their lives to an end. It will bring the lives of every single one of us to an end. We'll be right back.
waiting all these years. Here come the moment my people are waiting to come back home. When people of Jah will return to their promised land. When people of Mosiah we dance to the rising sun. When people of Jah will sing the song of freedom. When people of Jah will worship Almighty God. We will say bye-bye to the baboon nation. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. And we will say bye-bye to the monkey nation. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. And we will say bye-bye to the lawless nation. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. And we will say bye-bye to the Babylonians.
Yes, we'll say bye-bye to the baboon nation. That is the zoo. And there is this news that there is this news that Biafra referendum has commenced online. This is very funny. This is very funny. You know, some people went around saying that they are conducting a referendum online. And these are the same people who actually said that they were conducting referendum some time ago. In one hall that they brought some people together in a hall, one hall. When will these people stop making a fool out of themselves? When will these people? Anyway, they will not stop because they are trying to show the world that the black man is not capable of reason. They are trying to show the world that black man is not supposed to be free. That the black man deserves to be slaves. That is what they are trying to show to the world. They are trying to show to the world that you can sell any dummy to the black man. Remember during the election of the United States, this Joe Biden, remember what he said about the black people? He said, if they don't vote for me, then I will know they are not blacks. Remember that? That's what he said. Which means these are dummies. These are, we know how to control them. You press them here, press them there, they react. But we are telling them that no, we are not dummies. We are different. We are telling them that no, we are Biafrans. There are procedures to everything, including a referendum. If it is just something you organize and do online, why haven't we done it all this time around? Why would Onyenduma Nnamdi Kanu subject himself to all this process, being tortured and all of that? Why? I'm just going to tell you that you must be careful who you share your information with. Be careful who you share your information with. Be careful, because as Biafra is being restored, your enemies are not sleeping. We are the ones who are sleeping. We are the ones who think it is just that way, that's easy. No, they are not sleeping. So we must wake up to that reality. We must wake up to that reality. Now let me read this press release from IPOB. And it is IPOB's press release dated the 8th of February 2024. That was yesterday. It says IPOB rejected further court trial of our leader, even as the federal government refused to appear in court on February 8th, 2024. And it says the global family and movement of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by the great and indefatigable leader Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu, reject further court trials of our leader in the Nigeria court system. We stand by the judgment of the appeals court, which ordered that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not be tried again in any Nigerian court. The Supreme Court judges agreed with them but lacked the courage and integrity to uphold the appeals court's judgment. The public should recall that the Supreme Court justices on December 15, 2023, sent the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to the High Court in what was referred to as a compromise judgment. The same High Court fixed February 8, 2024 to commence hearing on the unknown matter. Sadly, the same federal government that is persecuting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is refusing to make an appearance at the same Abuja High Court hearing on the 8th of February 2024. The refusal of the lawless federal government to appear in the court on that day for the continuation of their kangaroo trial is evident that they do not have a case against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The wicked and corrupt Supreme Court justices were part of the oppressors and persecutors of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB leadership has viewed the actions of the lawless Nigeria government and the corrupt judiciary and rejected further trials of our leader in their high court. The federal government of Nigeria, headed by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, knew why his Attorney General has scrubbed the commencement of their appearance for the botched February 8 Abuja High Court trial against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They know very well that they have no case against him. They are just utilizing the weak and bastardized instrumentality of the law in Nigeria to detain and persecute him indefinitely. The wicked persecution of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and other innocent IPOB members will continue to destroy Nigeria's image locally and internationally. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu must release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally because self-determination is lawful, domestically and internationally. President Tinubu must not continue with the ethnic bigotry of the Fulani Caliphate against Ndibo. Moreover, the rampaging and murderous activities of the Fulani jihadists and terrorists across the country have shown that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB need to be commended, not persecuted, for exposing the agenda of the jihadists and for leading the Biafra self-determination effort to divide Nigeria to save lives. If not for Kanu's agitation for Biafra, the Nigeria state would have been Islamized during late Muhammad Buhari's regime. We are interested in the self-preservation of Biafrans from marauding terrorist jihadists. Biafra liberation is a divine project that not even the late President Muhammadu Buhari, nor President Tinubu, or anyone else can stop its actualization. Our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, was illegally abducted and detained for almost 2 years between 2015 and 2017. In 2021, our leader was again abducted, tortured, and extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria. In 2021, our leader was again abducted, tortured, and extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria. For almost 3 years now, since 2021, our leader has again been remanded to solitary confinement in the Nigeria DSS dungeon, which adds up to 5 years in total. He was granted bail by the Abuja High Court in 2017. While he was still enjoying his bail, the battalions of the Nigerian murderous military invaded his home on September 14, 2017 to assassinate him. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu escaped the assassination attempt, but unfortunately, more than 28 persons, including IPOB members and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's relatives, were assassinated in the process. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu fled outside Nigeria for safety since the same government that granted him bail was the same government that came to assassinate him. The federal government, not satisfied with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu being alive, used her secret security agents in collaboration with other international secret agents and went to Kenya to kidnap, torture, and illegally detain him in a private residence for 8 days, and later extraordinarily renditioned him to Nigeria, blindfolded. For almost 3 years, the federal government of Nigeria has illegally detained and persecuted him for championing the Biafra self-determination movement. Irrespective of all the judiciary rigmarole, eventually, some courageous honorable justices in the Nigeria Appeals Court in Abuja on October 13, 2022, delivered a landmark judgment that history will never forget. The court, in its ruling, discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of all the trumped-up charges based on the illegal abduction and extraordinary rendition of the by the Nigerian government. Instead of the Nigerian government obeying the ruling of the court, they decided to intimidate the honorable justices by transferring them out of Abuja's jurisdiction to different areas of the country. Later, the Nigerian government selected their corrupt justices for the same court of appeal that has set aside the previous judgment that discharged our leader to ask for a stay of execution of the appeal court's judgment. IPOB appealed to the Supreme Court to remedy the abuse of the judicial process by the federal government in selecting corrupt justices to replace the ones that they transferred. During the Supreme Court judgment, the Supreme Court acknowledged that 1. The abduction and extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegal. 2. The court acknowledged that the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home in 2017 was an assassination attempt on his person. 3. And the court acknowledged that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. However, the heavy prejudice induced Supreme Court justices failed to make an appropriate order in line with their findings enumerated above. They also failed to deliver the appropriate judgment in line with the violation of the Extradition Order Act, which is an international crime. Instead, the compromised Supreme Court justices transferred the case back to the High Court. The treacherous action of referring the case back to the High Court and non-appearance of the federal government to the High Court hearing on February 8, 2024, shows that the Nigeria government is not interested in any legal trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They understand the illegality they are engaging in. They are only pushing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for daring to champion the Biafra self-determination movement. Given the above scenarios and other considerations, the IPOB family worldwide therefore reject further court trial of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and demands for his immediate and unconditional release, as well as the release of all other innocent IPOB members in various detention facilities across Nigeria. No amount of illegal abduction, detention, extrajudicial murder, and forceful disappearance will stop the quest for Biafra independence and the call for a referendum. IPOB has come to restore Biafra, and it is either Biafra or Biafra. This is our oath of allegiance to the Biafra nation and our oath of honor to all those who have fallen in the cause of our march to freedom. Comrade Emapawafo, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB. Now, I wanted to bring this information because this is vital, and I know that this is not this information was released yesterday. It was released yesterday, and this same information of IPOB not being interested in the zoo court process. It is, I mean, how do you fault that? You can't fault it. How do you fault that? Every single person knows that justice cannot come from the Nigeria judiciary. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. We had to prove to the world that, listen, we've been telling you that the Nigeria judiciary is incapable of dispensing justice. Now you see it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu isn't even supposed to be arraigned for more than 1 day in their court. He's not supposed to have been arraigned more than once in their court. That first day, the Nigeria court should have established for a fact that this man does not have his representative. Why did this man not have his representative? Why? Because he was extraordinarily rendition to Nigeria without the knowledge of anybody. His representative wasn't informed, and Nigeria government knew his representative, his lawyer. And they also did not give him his right to be able to contact his representative. They took his rights away from him after abducting him from Kenya. And the Nigeria justice, they knew this. They saw it happen. And they kept quiet. They kept being used by the Nigeria government in order to keep this innocent man in the DSS dungeon for no reason. For no reason. Why should we, after 3 years, why should we trust them? We gave them a chance to redeem themselves. We gave them a chance to prove to the world that we have been insane, that we have been concocting things. And they proved us right. They said, no, you guys are right. You guys are right. How can you trust a system like that is laying a foundation upon which abduction can be legalized in the world? How can you trust a system like that? How can you, after 3 years, you still want to continue in that court? Then you just want to waste your time. You just want to waste time. Then you really have an ulterior motive. You really have an ulterior motive. I saw a post where they have given a date, a new date for the court trial. And you ask yourself, what is going to be different this time around? Is it not the same people who are there? Are people who are coming in to take this matter up, are they not the same people who also looked at it? What new evidence are you going to introduce? Because you have kept this man in your dungeon for 3 years. He hasn't been doing anything. He hasn't been. Or are you going to concoct crimes committed by others and blame it on him? Blame crimes committed by others on him. Because this seems to be the only way that Nigeria is going. Because their court is just a waste of time. Their court is just for the government. Their court is under the control of the government. Under the control of the government. Anybody talking about justice in Nigeria should go and visit the Nigeria police. Everybody talking about justice in Nigeria should go and visit the Nigeria police. Then you will understand what justice means in Nigeria. Go and look at Tiger Base. Then you will understand exactly what justice means in Nigeria. Take a look at SARS or Kozo so that you get to understand what justice means in Nigeria. Justice is dead. Justice is being slaughtered every day. Justice is being maligned every day, every second. Justice is being bought like the human organs they are buying every day. Justice is on the road taking bribes like the Nigeria police, the Nigeria army. Justice is to the highest bidder. Recently, we heard the story of the minister who was chased out of office Who knows what the real issue is? They said she's corrupt. But she brought evidence of all the people that benefited, all the people that she shared that money with. She did not eat it alone, including high-ranking officers of the Nigeria government, including ministers, including, is it the chief of staff or secretary? What is it? What is his name? What is his position? I don't know. Not really interested in Nigeria. Nigeria is a crime against humanity. And that woman, she is today disgraced. And what about the others? What about the others? Those who benefited. Those people could have actually been the reason why she stole the money. They could have even been the reason why she stole the money. But today she is paying dearly for it, and the others are living la vida loca. They are enjoying. This is Nigeria. This is why Nigeria, we know the direction that Nigeria is heading towards. We know it is the direction of destruction. And you go around parading yourself as a Nigerian, Nigeria for life, with the flag you playing, AFCON and what have you. But you are not being honest to yourself. You are not telling yourself the truth. You are not saying, no, listen, Nigeria is gone. There is nothing like Nigeria. Nigeria is a crime against humanity. In Nigeria, I can't even walk free. In Nigeria, the court is not even for me. Justice is not for me unless I have enough money to buy off the judges. In Nigeria, somebody can commit another crime and they pin it on somebody else. In Nigeria, when a crime is committed in a street and you call the police, they don't come. They wait until the crime has been finished, then they come and abduct innocent people. They never, in Nigeria, there is nothing called arrest. There is only abduction. They abduct the innocent people in the street, and then you have to pay to come out. So not only have you lost your properties, have you lost your money, have you lost your honor, your dignity in the hands of these criminals, these thieves. You have also, the police will also come and malign you. They will also come and extort you. Nigeria is a crime against humanity. How do you trust Nigeria? How do you trust Nigeria? Someone was saying, hey, in a group, makes me ashamed. In a group, somebody was saying, all hell this man. Oh, he brought in the date for the prosecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I said, be careful. Be careful. This is the same man who said IPOB followers are Simon Ekpa followers. Be careful. This is a man who said IPOB members are Simon Ekpa followers. Be careful. This is the same person who said that comparison. Do you understand what that means? That means you are the person that is causing all the problems in Biafra land. That means they are trying to pin all the crimes that the criminal in Finland has committed on you. And today that person is the one taking the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when IPOB has said we are not interested. What do you think they are trying to achieve? They are trying to legally cement that speech. Legally cement it. And we say enough. Whatever Nigeria is doing in their courts now, whatever nonsense they are doing, they are just playing amongst themselves. Everybody must know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not have, if they are talking about taking him to court and all of that nonsense, then it is just a drama. Because it is not, there is nothing authentic about it. You already had your time in the court. What did you do? You floundered it. What did you do, Nigeria government? You had your time in the court. What did you do? Even when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was discharged according to your own law, you refused. So why are you still taking him back to your court if you refused the sound judgment of this justices of the appeals court, the Supreme Appeals Court? Why then do you need, if the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, could not make up its mind, could not make a decision where others have failed, in quotes, because they taking it back is for them to say that, hey, others have failed, you guys have failed, you guys should begin again. Why them that had the chance, why couldn't they make a decision? If others failed, now you are also taking it back to those who have failed before. Because Nigeria is a crime against humanity. There is nothing like justice in Nigeria. Absolutely nothing like justice in Nigeria. All they do is they connive with the lawyers, with the justices, and they reach their own whatever thing they want to propagate. There is nothing like justice in Nigeria. And we will open up the line so that we can have a conversation. If you are at a point where you think that, hey, I need to sit up, then you must sit up. If you're at a point where you're questioning yourself, then you must really question yourself. You must really question and ask some questions. That's the way to get clarity. That's the way to get clarity. Nigeria court is not questioning themselves. They are not interested in justice because the system has failed. It has failed. You can call in by contacting us on WhatsApp or direct call, whichever way, on +27 78 064 5457. I repeat, +27 78 064 5457. Remember, this is Sunrise on Radio Biafra, and this is your good morning show. And remember, there is nobody like you. There is nobody like you. You are you. You are you. There is nobody else like you. Do not mistake that for being special. No, I am not saying that you are special. I mean, why do we think that we are special? Why do we think that, oh, because this is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, therefore the Nigeria Supreme Court will behave differently? This is the Nigeria Supreme Court we're talking about. The Nigeria Supreme Court is the Nigeria Supreme Court. They will behave like them. They have behaved like them. Expecting anything different from them is just a waste of time. It's just actually having any other expectation is saying that, hey, you guys can go ahead and treat me in this despicable way. I do not have any questions, because you can see, everybody can see, the blind can see that Nigeria government is not interested in justice, is not interested in setting the Nigeria government straight. You can see that the Nigeria justice system has long failed and decayed. You can see. So they will not change for anybody. They will not change for anybody. You can't have hope in a situation like that. It is a hopeless situation. The only solution is an end to the zoo. Now, let me bring more on the news. Okay, before we do that, let's go on a quick break, and then I want to bring what others are saying about the zoo, the predicament that people are in. I want to just bring out what people are saying about the zoo. Please do not touch your dial. Ndewo.
We must go. Oh yeah, yeah. We must go. Imagine what we've been through in that contraption. Living with people who doesn't know their left from their right. Living with people who doesn't reason like human beings. Living with people who doesn't know the value of life. Living with people who doesn't respect the rules of law. Living with people who destroy the future of their children. Living with people who keep on going backwards today. Reason with me, if we are wrong to ask for our freedom, hey, we will say bye-bye to the monkey nation. Say bye-bye, say bye-bye. And we will say bye-bye to the babu nation. Say bye-bye, say bye-bye. And we will say bye-bye to the...
Welcome to Radio Biafra. This is Sunrise. Thank you very much for joining us. I am Mazi Sochima Mbanali, and I want to bring you some comments from the street of Nigeria. Just listen to what these people have to say about their situation in the zoo.
Well, 1,250. Diesel, 170. Bread is almost 3,000. As for
This is Hilda Dokubo. Listen to what she's talking about. She's talking about the situation. This is Hilda Dokubo. She's talking about the situation in Nigeria. I mean, if she is even complaining, who is not feeling the pain of the Nigerian system? Unless somebody who doesn't care. Unless somebody who doesn't care about others, and somebody who is looting from the system, just like the Nigerian government are looting from the system and doesn't care about others. They are those who are complimenting Nigeria. Now listen to what she has to say about the Nigeria situation.
just so you know, fuel is 1,250, which means on your mandate you have to start. On your leg, you have to walk. Get ready. All of you who do not like walk, go and get this and get trainers so that you can walk. We have gone back to the 18th century. Come on, what are you? I don't know. That's why we have gone back to electricity. Twice. We have increased it this year. February never even reached us. We have increased it twice. Fuel, 1,250. Diesel, 170. Bread is almost 3,000. As for Gary and Caladia, we are improving. We are doing very well. We are doing well. The mommy ones and daddy ones, especially the ones with plenty children. I don't know how you will manage it, but you will manage. So that's what they say we should. They say we should suffer. And we have to suffer. The suffer has to reach climax before it will be soft. Welcome to suffer. And I'll never say anything. Some of us just, we have changed in this journey. So we are not worried about it. No. Hey, Gen Z, Gen, every Gen. Why not you? You are not worried. When you go to the shop, see, import duties is like $1,450 from 900. See increase. Hey, after now, you have not put anything in place. You are just busy. Increasing. Tax. You see, your father served, your father served with ribs, and what I will. If your father ruled with ribs, I can say, I will rule with iron. I never say iron. This is ukulele. Ukulele 101. Yeah, that's just so you know. Fuel is 1,002.
Nigeria is a mess. Nigeria is a mess. And the more you allow it, the worse it becomes. The more you allow it, the worse it becomes. You must wake up, honestly. You must wake up. You must wake up, honestly. And do not wake up because do not wake up because somebody somewhere is telling you, oh, it is now biting me. It is now biting that person's pocket, and therefore you want what do they call it? Some people said reduce cost of governance, reduce the oversized delegation that you are sending to whatever delegates. Like in December, some people said COP28, that Nigerians must that the government must reduce the delegates they send to COP28. Some others said that he should reduce the entourage that the government uses. Some said that the government must reduce the what is it called? The people in the cabinet, the governance, that it must cut cost of governance by how many percent? Listen, let me be honest with you. All of these things will not do anything for you. All of these things, you see, all of these measures they are asking them to do, it will not do anything for you. It will not change the fact that the justice system will still be against you. It will not change the fact that the police, the army, will still be killing you and harvesting your organs. It will not change the fact that criminality is being sponsored by the state. It is not going to change the fact that you don't have jobs. Your refineries are not working. It will not change the fact that your mineral resources are being stolen. They are looted and being taken overseas to Britain, to different corners of the world, and you are there suffering. It is not going to change the fact that they force criminals on you to be your leaders. They force criminals on you to lead you. It is not going to change the fact that people are dying of hunger. It is not going to change the fact that people are dying of hunger. So stop asking for all of the problem is Nigerians don't like handling situations from the root. They like, what is it called again? What is it called again? That thing, you just beautify something on the outside, whereas the inside is rotten. Whereas the inside itself is rotten. Your ministers are looting the coffers dry. Your resources are being looted by foreign countries, by Britain, and now France, and the rest of them. And the APC is telling you, be patient, be patient, be patient. They are telling you, no, don't worry, be patient. Because their plan is to Fulanize you. Their plan is to Fulanize you. Their plan is to kill you and take over your land. That is the plan of the APC, all of them. That is their policy, the policy of the party, to Fulanize you. And your president is telling you to tighten your belt. Tighten your belt. Now I'm asking you, is your president your leader? Or is he your ruler? Somebody who doesn't care about you. He's just telling you, tighten your belt. Whereas he has put criminals in all different departments. How even the spending is out of this world. The economic hardship is so much. Spending lavishly. The other day, the Tinubu's son was found flying the government jet. Government jet. And you, what are you flying? Rather, you are begging for them to reduce the entourage. Rather, you are begging for them to reduce the ministers, the cabinet. Rather, you are begging for these little things that will not even add any value to the economy. It's just like when you were asking for NSAS. You know one thing I love about NSAS? NSAS really show that you actually have a voice. NSAS, it's supposed to be a lesson for you to see what you are capable of. But rather, how did you accept it? You accepted it as a show that you cannot stand up for yourself. NSAS is supposed to show you that, hey, do you know that you are capable, you are strong? All you need is to keep pushing when things get tough. NSAS was supposed to tell you that, listen, things will always get tough. But the solution is to keep pushing. That is why people like me decided, okay, we've been following Onyendu for a very long time. Defending him even without being registered. And we said, you know what? Because of people like us who were not part of the system, who were not part of what was happening, that is why Nigeria government could have the guts to abduct this man. So I said, no. I have to now say enough is enough. I have to now do the job, whatever that I can, in order to ensure my brother, my savior, is free. In order to ensure my father is free. In order to ensure that my uncle is free. You can relate to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in one way or the other. You can relate to him as somebody who is also suffering from what you are suffering from, the Nigerian problem. You can relate to him in the understanding that he saved your life. Without him, like the press release said, Nigeria would have been overrun by now. So how do you want to relate to him? How? How? How do you want to relate to him? That man who supported you when you were being killed and said to you, keep pushing. One day it's gonna be enough. One day you'll be happy that you kept pushing. One day you will be glad that you kept pushing. NSAS was supposed to be a time for you. It is supposed to be a lesson to you that, hey, this actually I can do. But Nigeria works in such a way that, of course, there are two sides, the positive and the negative. Even in the lessons, you can learn a positive lesson from something, or you can learn a negative lesson from something. Nigeria is programmed in such a way that the only lesson that you can learn is negativity. They make sure they surround you with negativity. They make sure that they depress you. They make sure that they suppress you. They make sure that you feel discouraged. They make sure that you feel discouraged. That is all Nigeria can offer you. Because if they do not make you feel discouraged, they know that they can't keep you down. How will they afford to keep you down? How will they afford to have 150 armed herdsmen attack Kogi community if they did not do everything they could to keep Kogi community down? They had to make sure that you feel that you are worthless, that you do not deserve anything good. They make you feel that you are too special. In as much as in one hand they make you feel, oh, you don't deserve anything good. In the other hand, they make you feel, oh, you are too special, that somebody is going to come down and now save you from that bad feeling, that state that you are in, that you don't deserve anything good. But Onyendu has taught us that you deserve it and that you are worthy. See yourself as somebody who deserves it, somebody who is worthy. Do not see yourself in the lens that you are being portrayed by the Nigerian state as somebody who doesn't deserve light, somebody who doesn't deserve good road, somebody who doesn't deserve food. Do you know that Niger State government has banned the movement of food out of Niger State to other parts of Nigeria? Do you know that? Because they have seriously commenced their war against you. What are you doing? They have commenced their war against you. What are you doing? Yesterday I read about the trucks. Almost every truck loaded with grain crossing the borders into northern Nigeria carries arms, weapons. This is according to Colonel Hassan Stanlabo. And this food that this man stopped from spreading to other parts of Nigeria, most of them did not even come from Niger State. As you can see from this thing that I read, most of them are imported. But when they get to Niger State, they stop them. When they get to Niger State, they cannot come to you because they want you to suffer, they want you to die, so that the terrorists can take over your land easily. IPOB has been calling us to come home so that we can contribute to our own home. Remember, the line has been open for a while now, so you can call in and give your motivation, because this morning we need motivation, we need encouragement. You cannot overemphasize the need for encouragement. I encourage you. People in Nigeria are suffering. It is no joke. People in Nigeria are suffering. I saw a post that our brother Mazi Metusela posted. He said something about the content creators and how hard it is in Nigeria that so many of them it becomes easy to buy. Do you understand that this is the state of affairs that your leaders have put you in? It is out of purpose. They did that purposefully so that you become pliable, so that they can easily weave you into any structure that they want to weave you into. I am telling you, it doesn't matter how long you have been standing on the fence. I was once standing on the fence, and I said when the abduction happened, I said no, being IPOB member is not enough. I need to contribute. I need to do something else. I need to do something else. I need to contribute. That was why I came on the radio. I used to be one of those who were saying, because I've never been a member of groups. I don't like belonging to groups. This is me being honest. I don't like belonging to groups. I don't like being cornered, being boxed. I don't like that. And I know a lot of us are like that. We don't like being boxed, right? Oh, you don't want to, and yeah, I'm supporting, I am part of this, yeah, this and that. It is time to make a difference, to do something radical, something different. There's this post by Mazi Chinasanwori. He said that referendum will come when you do something radical. Radical activism. Yes, that's the word he used. Radical activism. Do you understand radical activism? Do you understand it? Are you ready to sit up and do something different? Are you ready to take this journey to another level? Are you ready to say enough is enough? Whether you are IPOB or not, are you ready to say enough is enough? There was a time I was just defending Onyendu. I remember, I think that was around 2013, thereabout. I was just there defending, saying, oh, I am defending, yeah. But there was a time it came, I said to myself, you know what? I'm not just going to defend, I must be part of this movement. And then I registered, and I was just a member. And then a point came, I said, you know what? When Onyendu was abducted, I said, you know what? If Onyendu can be abducted, and I'm just a member of this organization, why should I leave it at that? I must be able to stand up and do something. It is weak people who run when things get tough. You don't run. You become tougher. You the next length. You take the next length. And that is why I am here to encourage you this morning. I have a caller on the line. Caller, thank you for joining us. You are live on Radio Biafra. Please introduce yourself and go ahead with your opinion. Ndewo.
Ndewo, ma Chineke, Mazi Sochima. My name is Mazi Obasi Ejike. I'm calling from blessed land of Biafra. Obodo Ndiro Mfosla to answer Nigeria. Our leader remains Mazi Namdo Kuchukano, Ohamadike one of Biafra land. Biafra is our religion. On this Haro platform is where we worship. Because where you worship, where you learn, and where you discuss the issue that matters. Ezechukwokuka Biama is our God. We cannot run away from our responsibility. Our fathers was being humiliated, they call them names because they are defending themselves. Do we leave ourselves to be killed? Great Biafrans, I call every one of you to know that nobody will defend us. Nobody will defend our life for us. Nobody will defend our land. You can never invite people to come out. Instead of that, we come and dismiss you, destroy you, march you on the floor. So what we are talking today is we must stand up. Mazi, you talk about the hunger and the humiliation, injustice that's going on in the zoological. I want to ask a question. What is our problem and how can we solve it? Our problem is evil politicians. Our problem, the main problem we have is evil politicians. But some people who are talking about Satan, have you seen Satan before? Why are you accusing Satan what he did not do? You must say something. Our father says something, and I always remember it. When you talk about Satan, in Igbo adage, they said, Ekwensu, Imano Ikwe Osu. When you are the evil, politicians are the witchcraft that biting us. And how can we stop it? Because if everybody fold his hand, thinking things will better, God will come down, do something. How? Have you seen evil politicians die? The main thing that holding us down is the same teaching they are teaching us in the church, telling you pray for the evil politician to change. How they are changed? Why they are making their money, suppressing you, creating things. Because when we talk about how can we stop these people, everywhere now is hotel. Everywhere now is police station. Everywhere now is military barrack. Checking point. Do you know why they are building this thing? Because they are paying the Oga there. So that if you mess up, they will jail you. So every Biafran should know that Nigeria is evil. This one Nigeria have dealt with us. And the worst part of it is this. You are saying you are suffering. You are sick, you don't have money to treat yourself. You are weak and you are complaining. If they say come out, let us protest, you say, ha, Nandi Agebukwe mad. If Rihanna Bamad, I ain't Choga also. I want our people to know, no matter how afraid you are, nobody Nobody, no evil politicians can subdue the masses if we are stand up. As we are talking IPOB, that is why I listened to our leader. I said no. Somebody who can stand up and say enough is enough. I must follow him. I must protect him because we must protect the good ones in our land. These people are planning for them to control, to evil ones to control us. Can we allow them? Can everybody be criminal? Can everybody be evil politicians? Say no to evil. Reject them with their money. And when you reject them, they will think. When you stand up and say enough is enough, look at you. Look at all of us. First class down is keke riders, okada riders. No job, nothing. And everybody keeping quiet. Only man who came out and said, no, we cannot continue like this. All of them gang up. Nobody is talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu they are holding. I said, no matter whatever, wherever they attack their weapon, we are not against it. We are not against any people.
Yeah.
We are against the injustice.
Yeah.
The evil they are committing in our land. Let them stop. Let them give away for us to determine our future. And all of us will force them to stop. If we don't, my brother, we are gone.
Thank you.
Great Biafrans, remember what we are doing. We are not against anybody. We are against the injustice, the evil, the killing in our land. So, great Biafrans, support ESN wherever you are. If you are not supporting this movement, you are not doing our society good. You are not doing our society good. Please support ESN and train yourself hard.
Yeah.
Train yourself hard because we are getting the stage where everybody will say, let us die once and for all. Instead of we can never be free. All these things in the zoo will go down. They won't want Chineke. Mero him. Bless you for a good work. They won't want Chineke.
Thank you very much. Bless you too. So the line was opened by 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, and we only getting calls this late. Guys, come on, really. It's almost over. Like, it's almost over. I know it's quite early. You probably were enjoying your sleep, but come on, really. I mean, I enjoy when I listen to you guys, when you guys speak. That's why when people call, it becomes even hard for me to say, come on time, somebody else is calling, and all of that. But please, let us have a conversation. Let us have a conversation. And the conversation today is for us to do what we can. Even if you have questions in your mind, you're asking yourself questions. Personally, I always ask myself questions. I'm always asking myself, are you sure you are doing it right? Are you sure you are getting things done? Are you sure you are even making any difference? Constantly. But you know what? At the beginning, I used to think to myself, when you ask yourself questions, it means there is really nothing that no, there is no way. But I've come to understand that it simply means that I see there is room for improvement. I see there is room. I see there is something that I can't do. I'm not sure what it is. At some point, I don't even know what it is. At some point, I don't know. But the fact that I have questions means that there is an opportunity for improvement. As if you are a Nigerian and you are listening, and you are asking yourself questions, why is Nigeria like this? When will Nigeria get better? It means there is an opportunity for you to do something for Nigeria to be better. For you to do something, it means there is an opportunity for you. And not for Nigeria to be better, do not misunderstand that. What I'm trying to say is, for you to be better, for your life to be better, for the life of those who call themselves Nigerians to be better. And that cannot happen under the umbrella of Nigeria, because already The system has been, the system is unworkable. There is no way you can make it work. There is no way. There is no way. There was some time I was asking myself, why is it that Nigeria has so much positive marketing all over the world, especially in Africa? Especially in Africa, let me not say all over the world. And I realized that it is the work of your colonial masters. Oh, Niger, you are playing soccer, and it seems like you are the only person who has played soccer since this AFCON started, and everybody is talking about it. And it's always on your timeline. You think it's because you are important. No. Why do you think when you are talking about serious matters, Facebook will say to you, no, we don't support the discussion of politics? But if it is Nigeria, they will be the ones that will support it. And you think because, Nigeria, Niger, they call you Niger everywhere in Africa, you think you are special. Oh, there is something important about Nigeria. There is absolutely nothing important about Nigeria. It's just the design that the colonial masters did in order to keep you contented in your slavery, suffering and smiling. I was asking myself this question some time ago. Why is this the case? Until I realized that this is the case. So that even when you are telling others outside that, nah, look at what I'm suffering, they'll say, you are lying. Are you not Nigeria? Are you not from Niger? How can you be talking about such a thing now? And then you finally get to the point where you give up. You give up. This morning I am telling you, it is time for radical activism. Think outside the box. Not the kind of activism where it becomes detrimental to your freedom. No. Not the kind of activism where it becomes a problem to your own freedom. No. But thinking outside of the box. You have all this while saying the way IPOB has operated. You have seen it for yourself. Think outside of the box. What can I do? It is unfortunate that we are coming from a place of where we do not have enough resources. That is for sure. It makes it very, very hard for us to conceptualize ideas and put them into place. It is very, very hard. Believe you me, I know that. We are coming from a place where things are very tight, things are very hard. Therefore, we find it very hard to really chase these ideas that will bring us our freedom. But guess what? This is the most important investment you can ever make. Investing in ESN, the most important investment you can ever make. Take your phone. Go out today. Go and interview people. Ask them what is going on. Let people talk about their experiences in Nigeria. Rather than making funny whatever content where people are dancing naked and what have you. Go and do something that will change your own life. It is never late because you have questions. When will Nigeria, when it go better? It is because there is need. There is something you can do. You have your phone. Do you know that the cell phone is, you cannot say that there is something stopping you if you have cell phone and you have internet. That is why internet in Nigeria is expensive. Because they know once you have internet, you can become anybody. You can become anybody. Once you have internet, you can become anybody. That is why even you can become a president of a country online. But if you take that information out of online, just do your research online, come out, you become a different person. The effect that information you research for will be massive in your life. Today we are talking about going back to our roots. Once you have access to internet, you can find wonderful ideas on how to even plant in your room. And the first time you experiment it, it might not work perfectly. But you keep pushing, you keep trying, and the next thing you become an expert. That is just one example. You say, there is no money. You learn. Do you know that there are even free universities online? There are free websites that you can get free learning online. There is a lot of things that we can do using the internet to propagate our gospel. They have already shown Nigeria as though that wonderful place where people, they think about Nigeria as so wonderful, not knowing that it is you that is the wonderful thing in Nigeria, not Nigeria. It is you, because Nigeria doesn't recognize you. It is you that is wonderful. It is your rice, your jollof rice, that is the wonderful thing. It is your egusi soup that is your wonderful thing. It is your, is it called edikaikon? That is the wonderful thing. It is your tradition, your culture, your dances. It is the way you speak. That is it is not Nigeria. So why are you holding tightly to it? Why are you afraid to come out and tell people, nah, this story they are telling us about Nigeria, no be how we are, no be how we be. Why are you afraid of that? Why are you afraid? Why are you covering yourself, taking information, giving out information of who you are not? You have an opportunity in the world, in this AFCON, to tell the world, nah, look at what we are going through. But no, you are busy doing South Africa versus Nigeria. You don't know your position in Africa. Where? You don't know. You think South Africans are living the kind of life that you are living. Huh? There was this, I was being told about this Nigerian guys who went on an interview in some very popular platform, a very popular guy. And you know what they were busy talking about? How South African women are easy for them. How, nonsense. Nonsense. That is what they went there talking about. Nonsense. Nothing that actually made sense. Discrediting people that they are in their country. Discrediting people that they are in their country. Whereas when you go the streets of Oshodi, you find your sisters, your brothers lined up there cheap. When you walk through the streets of, what is it called again, World Bank, you find them lined up there cheap. And you come embarrassing yourself. You cannot even tell people what your problem is. You can't. No, none. It is time for us to radically change things. You protested, they said, no, you cannot protest. They killed you. Find other ways to protest. Find other, if they said, no, do not stand at this place and protest, find other places to stand. You have the internet. You have the attention of the world. Thankfully, they have sold you out as this wonderful people. Use it and tell your story. Use it and tell your story. Stop focusing on things that makes you happy. Happiness is just a distraction. When things are happy, you don't want change. Nothing changes in a happy state. You can't be happy and you say, hey, I want to change. Why are you changing from being happy? Who wants to be sad? We just want to be happy. Therefore, you are feeding yourself happy, fake happiness. Use the negative environment that you have to build on. Actually, negativity is what propels growth. It is what happiness in a positive environment. Nothing really grows actually, because everybody is okay with it. There is no need to change. The change, in as much as change happens naturally, but you will not need to actually take control of that change because you see it as okay. But in a negative environment, it is when you bring out your best. It is when you grow. It is when you get to the point that when you sit back, you say, nah, I didn't know I could do this. In as much as you are asking yourself questions every single time, nah, Hey, I'm asking questions, so nah, can I do this? It is normal. The fact that you're asking yourself questions means you find out that you can do more. You can do more. And I'm encouraging you this morning, go out there, do more. Go out there, think outside the box. Think of what you can do for yourself to better your life. Excuse me. We are rounding up. Nigeria is not for you. Just like Nigeria justice system, they have proven that they are not capable of dispensing justice. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is clear. The stand of IPOB is also clear. It is clear as daylight. Thank you all very much for being part of this program. And I do encourage you to go out there today with your head high. You are wonderful. You are awesome. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever that you want to do. You can achieve anything you put your mind to achieve. You can achieve anything, absolutely anything that you put your mind. You possess the energy of discernment. You possess the energy of repulsion of good and evil. Your energy can sense what is good, what is evil. You are the greatest energy the world has ever seen. Why not use it and create a better future for yourself and for your children? Thank you all very much for being part of this program today. Do join us tomorrow from 5 until 7 Biafra time. Thank you and do have a wonderful, wonderful day. Ndewo.
Lawless nation, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Oh, say bye-bye to the Babylonians. We must go. Yeah. We must go.